At 19 years of age, is Kimi Antonelli a better product than Max Verstappen?
It's way too early to tell. I'm sorry. Kimi
He's
Antonelli.
19. He'll be 20 already. Way too early.
No, but just to confirm, is the question like, is he a better product in general already, or him at 19 is better than Max at 19? Because those are two very different questions.
Max at 19.
Okay, so you're asking, is Antonelli now better than Max was in 2017?
Max Verstappen at 19 years of age. Who's better?
Yeah.
So this is like 2016 Max, basically.
2017
Max.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 years in Formula 1.
I guess you kind of have to say Kimi, right? Because Max, reliability included, wasn't quite beating his teammate, whereas Kimi is, I would say, faster than George.
I'm going to clip it and put it on it, by the way.
Oh, that's not fair, man. I'm doing this off the top of my head as well. Ricardo did outscore Max 2017, right?
Yeah.
Off the top of my head.
It was 2018, I think, when Max started beating Ricardo.
Yeah. That
for 1 year before he
I will say this, Max had, like, Red Bull in general had reliability issues that year, and Max looked very, very quick. The only reason I'm saying Kimi...
Okay. I won't put it...
No, it's fine. You can clip it. The only reason I'm saying Kimi is because Max Verstappen in 2017 was driving a top 3 car, getting podiums, winning races, whatever. But Kimi Antonelli is fighting for a world championship at 19, which has way added pressure. He's at the moment convincingly beating his teammate, but we'll have to see how the year plays out to know for sure.
Yeah, my reason stands as to why I think Kimi is better. And like, when you posted that clip of us talking about it, the arguments were obviously, as you can expect, a lot of people with Dutch flags.
Kill yourself. So that was the argument.
Yeah, I guess you read the comments much more than I do. I don't get that deep.
They're DMs, by the way. They're not even comments.
Why do you have your DMs open? Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I'm thinking about it.
I have notifications off so that I can...
Yeah, sorry, go for it.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I have notifications off, so I just like jump in, see some funny comments, wind them up more and leave. And it's always the most fun because you come back like a week later and see there's like a thread of someone really irritated by you just popping something absolutely nonsensical into it.
Yeah.
Mark Hughes doing that is my favorite thing ever as well, because he's like a serious journalist and he does it all the time.
He's
so it makes it so much funnier.
He can do these things.
Yeah, it's so funny. But anyway, when we had this argument, I noticed that a lot of the comments at least in this YouTube channel and some of the stuff I saw on X, was like, you can't compare them. They're in 2 completely different cars and one had a car that's like the best. And I'm like, that's not really the point. Like, what I was more talking about is like, in terms of pace, you're not really going to know because they're in different cars, different times, fighting for different things. But it's in terms of like the way they reacted to everything, the way they performed on track with what they had. And for me, the thing with Antonelli that makes him stand out compared to Verstappen is that whenever something went wrong for Verstappen, he got frustrated. He made more mistakes. He pushed the limit a bit too much. And I know it was because part of that is because he had the 3rd fastest car, not the fastest. But like, Antonelli's in a title fight and the way he's reacting is calm and very ready for the fight. And Silverstone reinforced that for me. Everything went to shit. And I know how Max in 2017 would have reacted there. There would have been shouting. There would have been screaming. There would have been a lot more anger. And Kimi literally just continued on and went, I'm going to stay out as long as I can because there's a point here, basically. That's a world champion's like view straight there. Like there's 1 point at that point, there was 1 point on the line, and Kimi in a moment where like the title is getting ripped from you, not straight away, but like 25 points going away from you from where you were about to be to 1 point. And your reaction is this 1 point could be important by the end of the season. At 19, Max wouldn't have had that opinion. And, you know, and I can tell you why, because he didn't have that opinion last year when he took George off the track at Spain. So, and that lost him the championship, whether he will like to admit it or not. So that's where Kimi, I think, is better for me in terms of mentality, more so than on-track performance.
Do it this way then.
Also, I sound like a person who hates I don't. I think I like winding up people more.
Yeah. Look, you hate everyone. You hate Lewis, Max, and who else?
Don't get me started on my daughter.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, no. Let's not go there. So, let's talk about the benchmarks that both of them had. So, how would you compare Daniel Ricciardo of 2017 with George Russell of 2026?
Similar,
Daniel Ricciardo's
actually.
far better, right?
I think similar. Like, you look at their careers, you know,
Yeah.
like, I don't think anyone's ever said Ricciardo and George are the fastest drivers to ever exist, but they're very, very good drivers who almost certainly, under the right set of circumstances, could win a title, but have been up against, let's be honest, generational teammates. Like, for Kimi Antonelli to even be compared to Max Verstappen at this stage of his career should be an absolute honor. So
Yeah.
I think they're very, very similar to be able to compare
Max.
to in what they're good at.
But yeah,
It's
no,
an honor
I
for
agree with
Max
that, yeah.
to be compared to Kimi.
Okay, yeah.
I agree with that. And you know what else I would say as well? I think both have been a surprise in terms of, if you had said to me, like in 2016, some young kid is going to come in and show up Daniel Ricciardo, I'd say, oh, that's going to be tough, because Daniel Ricciardo was a top tier talent at that point, you know?
Let's put it this
And
way.
then Russell was the
sorry.
same, right?
Yeah, sorry.
No, I
Go
was
for
just
it.
going to say Russell was the same. Like, we literally said in December last year, Antonelli's very, very good. I'm sure he'll have a Piastri-esque kind of rise, but for him to beat Russell in his second year with the best car would be ridiculous. And here we are, you know?
Again, I have to remind this. I picked Kimi to win the championship this year.
Yeah.
Just putting it
A
out
broken
there again.
clock is right twice a day. Doesn't
Yeah.
work.
It's better, but I picked Fernando, mate. So, like,
I put Aston third in the championships.
Yeah.
And I did it in writing on a PDF that people
God.
downloaded.
that's why I never do it, man. Like, you can't be doing predictions because they're just always
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. I'm just going to say it was AI. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, 2016. Okay, let's put it this way: 2016, Daniel Ricciardo. Would you say he was one of the top 3 drivers in F1?
Oh, that's hard because the grid had a lot of top drivers. Because
There
like
was
2016,
Lewis, there
you
was
had
Seb,
Lewis,
there was Max.
you had Rosberg, who we all know is the GOAT. You had Seb, you had Max, Alonso. Did you still have Button at that point? No, Button
Yeah.
was gone.
No,
he
you
was
still
there?
have Button in
No,
16.
Button
I'm pretty
was
sure he left
there,
for
yeah.
17.
He left in
Yeah.
17.
Okay, and then you had Raikkonen
was there,
as
right?
well, obviously.
Kimi,
yeah.
yeah.
There was.
I think you
lot
probably have to
that's
say
hard.
top 3 in 2016. I guess maybe down more to cars than anything, but were Hamilton, Rosberg, Vettel.
Yeah.
No, 2016. And again, by the way, this is coming from a huge Vettel fan. I don't think Vettel was at his best in 2016. He had a few too many
How
crashes.
dare you leave the podcast?
I think if I'm not wrong, Daniel and Max both outscored Seb in 2016.
Actually, that might be
Yeah.
true. I think they were.
Yeah. But the Ferrari tax is tough to get over.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you
Yeah.
that's why we say that, you know, Michael Schumacher, 1 title with Ferrari is equal to 50 with any other team. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's how it tends to be. The point I'm trying to make is Daniel Ricciardo 2016. I think he was one of the top 3 drivers in F1 at the time. When you talk about every consistency, pace, and everything, I think when it comes to George, I think last year he was one of the top 3 drivers. Max,
Definitely,
Charles, and
yeah.
George. So
Mhm.
this is basically the best of the best that could have been there when it comes to benchmark. And how Max had his moments. He beat Daniel convincingly quite a few times, but he also was outpaced by Daniel quite a few times as well. And he did end up getting, I'm not even worried about him getting outscored because reliability plays a role, but I think there were still quite a few immature errors that still existed when it comes to Max in 2017. They existed in 2018 as well. Remember, until Monaco, he was making those pretty much childish errors, which after that he didn't. Kimi, I haven't seen Kimi make those childish errors that Max used to. I think that's a major difference. And secondly, probably something that stands out for me is if you take a look at the first 9 or how many races we've had 9 races, right? Out of these 9 races, other than probably Australia, half of China, and maybe Canada. Other than these 3 races, I don't think George had Kimi's pace.
No.
He's been decimated in quite a few races. And you know, you can take the sample space and say that George was never that good. I think that's a dumb statement to make after
I
what
think
we've seen
it's
since
bullshit,
2019.
Yeah.
It means that Kimi is that good. If Kimi did not race in Silverstone, we could have even said that Ferrari had the faster car because George was nowhere. Right? He was making the difference.
I think, look, the thing for me is, even if you bring into the fact that clearly George just isn't rhyming with the car properly, I think there's clearly some of it is that. Even then, I think even if he was, Antonelli's just been spectacular. Also, my favorite thing about Antonelli, honestly, is just how quickly he learns. It's kind of nuts. Like Antonelli makes a mistake one weekend, and the next weekend you just don't see it again. Like he's been spectacular. It's a surprise of the season how good he's been. So
Yeah.
yeah.
True. So what's the verdict then? We haven't really reached a verdict in that case,
At
right?
19, at 19,
Cool.
Kimi.
Kimmy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not going to give mine because I don't want to get
We know what yours is.
Yes.
You need to stop worrying about people with Dutch flags in their bios. Just forget about them.
Oh God, yeah. I wish if it was only just that.